Hi guys, I thought I'd make a quick tutorial video. I've been struggling a little bit with advanced movement for objects. I'm on Buildbox 2.7, is it? Yeah. So I've been struggling a bit with that, and I went to the Discord, and a chap there by the name of Falcon helped me out. And for my own reference, as well as kind of like paying it forward, I thought I would do a quick tutorial because I've seen some online, but they're not necessarily still relevant. So yeah, so the basic idea is if you've got an object like an enemy in this case, and you want him to do something different at a certain point in time, we all know the basic things that an object can do. It can move left, right, up or down, and it can shoot. But what I've done is, what I wanted to do is, I wanted actually to shoot, but only at a specific time. So for that, what I did was I added a component, which was an advanced move. And for this specific one, what I did was I chose replace, and then I chose that whenever my character, my little space dog here, whenever he jumps or stops mid-air, then this the enemy shoots. So let me just give you an example. So the character jumps, but when he hovers, it shoots, and they all shoot, as you can see. Now, the problem with that is sometimes you want this thing to happen when not when your character does something or when you press a button, but actually all by itself. So that was my issue. So I'm going to explain what happened, where I found the issue, and then how we solved it. So first thing is, I created a new object. You can do any sort of object. Try and create something. So this is just a 50 by 50 pixel square, and I just put in K1 for my own reference. You can put a smiley face or whatever. So I imported an object, and I gave it a health of 1, and I gave it a damage of 0. So and this is important because of the properties we're gonna give the object. So first thing I did was, this wasn't in here, so I imported the trigger, as I'm gonna call it, or the object. And when I chose my enemy, when I went and did advanced move, I chose collision, and then I chose when it collides with K1 trigger, it should start to shoot with a 0.3 timeout. Now, first things, I'm not quite sure what the timeout metric here is. I think that's 3 seconds. Just play around with it until it feels all right for you. But what happened was, so this now is a platform and it's fixed. It's got collide on and no destroy, and this is an enemy, or enemy ability in this case. It's fixed and it's got a linear velocity of -5. So what happened was, and let me just turn on debug mode. Great, already killed the bloody thing. I'm running a smooth operation here. So what happened was, as you can see, it just passes through, no collision happens. So the action or the advanced move isn't triggered as I would want it to. So, and that was my problem. So how did we solve this? So I went into the object, that's the trigger, and I made it a character bullet. I made sure to make this 0 because I don't want it to move, and it's now destroy enemy. And this is why this sort of health and damage is very important. So what I don't want to happen is like basically the bullet just stay there and not disappear, because otherwise, if that's the case, let's say if health wasn't there, the enemy would just keep on colliding with that, and it would keep on shooting and shooting and shooting. So by adding in the health and adding no damage, the bullet doesn't damage the enemy, but it also gets destroyed. Also, at the same token, into the enemy, I did a collision damage of 2 to ensure that it destroys the bullet. So now that the object is a character bullet, it can be fixed. It can even be no collide and destroy enemy. And now when you play it, as you can see, there's the shot. So let me just take the bug off and show you again. And there we go. There was a shot. So the only problem now is obviously that that's a one and done. So if you want that to continue, you're going to have to kind of like time it out and put a spawner on this. So what I'm doing is I'm adding a component, I'm adding a spawner, and I'm saying spawn rate 5. Again, I should probably read the manual to find out like what metric this is in. Is it seconds? Is it milliseconds or whatever the story is? But I found 5 is alright. So now the enemy is going to get triggered by the object. It's going to destroy the object because this has got a damage of 2 and this has got a health of 1. And it's going to respawn and then re-trigger. So let's just see how that works. So it hits a trigger, shoots once, then it respawns, shoots again, always respawns in the same place. Now you want to get your timing right. Like over there, you can see it was spawning and the thing was right over it, so it didn't look correct. But it's a trial and error sort of basis. And now it will just keep on doing the same thing over and over until I obviously kill it. So what I'm going to use it for is basically to make boss battles more interesting. Make the boss battles jump or do something else in different sort of scenarios. And I think you can use it for 1,000 different things. The one thing I would recommend though is have a care about how many of these you spawn, because obviously I've killed the enemy now, but this is just going to keep on spawning and you don't want your game to be bloated or anything like that. So yeah, that's it. That's the basic tutorial. Sorry it's not the smoothest or the best, but like I said, it's just as much for my own reference as it is for everyone else's. If you have any additions to this, or if someone knows better methods, or why this trigger doesn't work if it's platform and fixed, which it seems like it should, let me know. Thanks guys. Speak later. Bye.